Hello and welcome. You're watching Head to Head with uatv. I am Oleksiy Ryabchyn. Since Ukraine proclaimed its sovereignty, the main threat of its national security was the total dependence on Russia in the nuclear energy sector and almost complete dependence on energy supplies. How strong is the influence of Moscow in the latter field on Ukraine? To answer this question, we're joined in the studio by Oleksiy Ryabchyn, Ukrainian MP. Hello and thank you for coming.
Yeah, hello. I'm happy to be with you.
Mr. Ryabchyn, how would you evaluate the energy security of Ukraine?
As a member of the Energy Committee, I'm from Batkivshchina faction, and I'm the only person from Batkivshchina in the Energy Committee. My task is to fight for the energy, to solve the energy trilemma of Ukraine. First, it's affordable energy. Second, it's energy security. And third, sustainability of energy. And this is what we are trying to do. The question that you ask about Russia, it's also it's all the component of the energy trilemma because of the energy transit. We transit the Russian gas and depend highly from it. Also, we are dependent from the Nord Stream 2, the project that is about to be started, but we are doing all our best in our energy diplomacy and our just parliamentary diplomacy to stop this project because we understand it would be quite problematic for Ukraine.
What was done to prevent this project from developing in 2017?
Well, we adopted lots of laws, we tried to establish markets, energy market, like gas market, electricity market. We could debate about the efficiency of the implementation of this law, but we fulfilled all our obligation to Europe. And now Europe needs to fulfill its own obligation to provide the transit, to upgrade our outdated energy system. And this was the deal. And unfortunately, we see that not always our European partners are fulfilling their promises, and we are trying to, let's say, to keep the dialogue alive that Ukraine is a reliable partner, which we are, that we are able to fulfill all our obligation, and Europe don't need to build any other pipelines, especially with Russia, which use their energy as a weapon.
What countries seem to be less interested in the transit of gas through Ukraine and more interested into the Nord Stream 2?
Unfortunately, it's our partners, Germany. So we agreed almost on every single aspect with our friends from Germany, but when you are speaking with members of parliament or with the government official about the Nord Stream 2, they are saying that it's not about politics, it's just a business, nothing to do with politics, nothing to do with Ukraine. It's not about
It's only about money.
It's only about money.
Well, money is about politics.
Of course.
That is connected.
That's why we are telling them, let's be honest, your ex-chancellor is on the Russian side with this project. A lot of politicians are trying to negotiate this project. Of course, we understand that it's your national interest to become a gas hub for all Europe, but it's our national interest to protect the things that we have in our country.
Yes, and especially taking into account that Germany is the leading country in the European Union, that is the serious threat to Ukrainian economy.
I would say, yeah, the main threat is if Russia stop using Ukrainian gas pipeline, they will go forward. They will keep attacking Ukraine because when we have a pipeline, it's never been shelled. And if Russia stop transiting gas to Europe, they will attack Ukraine more because they're highly dependent from this pipeline. It's not only about $2 billion per year, but it's just a matter of survival for our country.
What is your forecast for 2018 according to this question?
Well, we'll keep negotiating this question with our partners from Europe and from US. We saw that the US administration put serious sanctions to all these energy projects that are dealt by Russia. Also, we will keep negotiating with our friends from Sweden, from Norway, from Denmark, from Poland, from Lithuania, countries that will be also affected with this pipeline. And we hope that we will conduct a very efficient negotiation and keep this process alive, let's say.
Okay, so still, how would you evaluate the energy security of Ukraine? What about the gas supply in Ukraine? Meaning the customers, the regular people?
I would say our strategic goal is to increase the production of Ukrainian gas, and we are the second biggest country in Europe after Norway by the gas reserves. Second task is to decrease the consumption with the energy efficiency means. This is I'm on this side because I'm co-chairing, I'm the chairman of the energy efficiency subcommittee in Parliament. I adopted lots of law. But the energy efficiency should be through technological measure, not through the behavioristic, when people just don't have money to pay for the gas. And third, we need to boost up our renewables. And by increasing the production, by decreasing the consumption, and by developing renewables, we are able to become the energy-independent nation from Russian gas and start supplying our own Ukrainian gas to Europe and earn money for this. This was the logic why Ukrainian consumer pays more for this energy tariff. But unfortunately, it's not there. We see that it's not there, and this is why people are suffering from this very high tariff, and we have a very big energy poverty, unfortunately, in Ukraine.
And you mentioned energy efficiency, but it's pretty expensive to implement. How state would support Ukrainians about energy efficiency? I
would say that we are one of the most energy inefficient nations in Europe. This is a huge problem, but this is also a huge potential, because to decrease, the amount of energy in Ukraine and in Germany, to decrease the same amount of energy is it costs in Germany it's highly expensive because they already very energy efficient. So, for example, Germany dedicated 20 million euros to the energy efficiency fund that we created. European Union also dedicated 100 million, and the state budget dedicated to the warmth loans, so people could take credits. And soon, I hope the next year, the energy efficiency fund will start functioning, and more people, more households will be able to take the state aid to renew its houses.
How will it look in practice?
In practice, people need to agree it. People need to gather to the OSBB, and they need to agree that they are willing to take money and to pay the credit, and it will be very efficient for them, because the amount of payment will decrease, twice or three times if they will just insulate the house, install the new windows, install the regulators, install the meterings, and the building will become better. They will receive better services. Maybe they flat will become more expensive, and if they're willing, they could sell this house much more expensively. So they need to, but first they need to have a decision.
Well, what about the percentage of the credit?
Well, it will be...
Will it be high or low?
It will be compensated by the energy efficiency fund. So it's when people insulate their houses, the payments will become less already, but they will be able already to save money, and they will just pay the credit with the money that they saved. So it's a let's say support scheme that works efficiently. In Lithuania, in Germany, in Poland, in Croatia, in Bulgaria. So this is what we are trying to implement here. And also we have a lot of donors that are helping us. But I would say that this is not enough, because the state is, let's say, pushing people to become much more energy efficient. But the state is energy inefficient by themselves. We don't have energy efficiency lamps. We don't have, our tax administration and prosecutor office consume a lot of energy. And when state is energy inefficient, it's very hard to persuade people to become energy efficient.
Well, thank you so much for this interesting conversation. That was Oleksiy Ryabchyn, Ukrainian MP. Thank you for watching Head to Head. I'm Oleksiy Ryabchyn. Goodbye.